Well, a couple weeks ago, I was up here. My bloodhound found what I seem to think is a den. And there she is over at it again. And I'm seeing crap up there. But just for fun, I'm going to set a camera up on that tree facing that hole just to see what happens. Alright, give me a minute. It took me a couple minutes, but I wound it up on that tree, pretty much facing there. Let's see what happens. The bloodhound's off sniffing around. My cabin's off in that direction. I think I'm going to set up a couple leaning poles around down in here. Probably over here, because this is where I think more activity is going to happen. Alright, let's see. I'm just setting up the poles. I didn't bring up any traps yet. Still a little early for that. Well, it's probably the perfect time for it, but I just chose not to do it just yet. Gives me another reason to come up here whenever I can. Alright, I'll see what happens. Haven't really been setting up many leaning poles. I mean, look at that. I mean, there's so many natural. That tree back there, that looks promising. I mean, oh, this one right here. And I got to be careful because it looks like people up here are cutting wood. And because of that, I'm thinking of setting up on stumps. You know, finding some nice flat, smooth stumps. Make like a little cubby up there. Just to try something new. I love to trap, but I'm not trapping to catch a lot. I'm just, I just want to catch some. Because I tan my own furs. That's kind of a pain in the rear end. Well, my bloodhound has spotted my cabin. There it is. Been walking for about 30 minutes now. Just wandering around. So, I will go visit my little cabin. Maybe I'll build a fire. It's kind of chilly. It's in the mid-50s up here and I'm wearing a t-shirt. Camped out up here over Labor Day weekend for a couple days. Well, Saturday night, Sunday night, went home Monday. And I left these here as an attractant. There's some bones over there from pork and chicken or whatever. I ate like a king up here. Clamshells surprisingly haven't been moved much. The other bones have been scattered a bit. Like this one's been cleaned up pretty good. Well, they've all been cleaned up pretty good. Even the clamshells, really. And my camp shower. Sun's been sort of hitting it all morning. Let's see. Not very warm yet. Alright, let's take a look around. Well, just a minute ago she was going nuts, zigzagging all over the place. My bloodhound is looking for something. But I don't even think she knows what she's looking for. Alright. I'm heading towards the trapping corner right now. Corner I've been trapping for years. It's kind of why I put my cabin over there. And it's down that way a couple, well, I'm gonna guess from cabin to there, it's probably, I don't know, 500 yards. Give or take. Alright, see what happens when I get there. Usually I trap this corner pretty hard. I don't know if you can tell, but right here, it's quite a path made by the wild critters. I've had my camera up here many times. Raccoons, fox, deer, you name it, they use this road. That was one of them. I'm into the cubby sets. I don't really know why. But there's one of them I built a couple years ago. Here's another one. Kind of natural, but I kind of built it a couple years ago. Here's another one. Had a lot of luck here, mainly because it goes right from this cornfield, or this hayfield. There's a road right here. It goes right out to that cornfield, and it's actually, it turns up. There's actually an old road right there, and that path we were walking down is right there. You see it come here. There's one of my old cage sets. I got a leaning pole over there. There's another leaning pole. And here's another one right here that I built a while back. I don't know if you can see the traps in there, but they're in there. I don't go up there too much because in the winter and the snow it's a little hard to travel. In a past video, right about here, is where my bloodhound went after that chipmunk or red squirrel. That's where I got into the whole bloodhound thing. Because right around here, there's all kinds of corridors that go this way. I don't know if you can see them in there. There's one over there. And the path actually goes right here. Try to stay out of the main corridors because, well, I don't want things dying in there, so I set up with, and right down here at that corner, I got to get up here and do a little maintenance because my blind is tore up. I got a different one for this year, but I looks out into this hayfield, and right out there, in one of my videos, I got a deer that ran out and took care of business. A little too far for the bow, but to a rifle season, I had him. All right, well, I guess it's time to tidy up and clean up and get out of here. Now it's time for me and the dog. All right, later.